What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We have another bike install video for you guys today. We're going to be doing a new headlight, as you can see from the title of the video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Roll that intro. Okay guys, so today we're going to be installing the Moonsmc Fly-Eye V2 headlight. But I know that a lot of people have been running into an issue when trying to install this on their lowrider because of this. So the mounting bracket on the lowrider is a lot wider than your standard Harley bucket, as you can see there. So what happens when you try to install it is that you can't use a regular bucket. You have to kind of figure out a way to make that work. And then if you also want to fit it with your Memphis shades fairing, you also have to find some kind of extension bracket for it. Now, I was looking around YouTube. I was trying to figure out the best way to do that. Shout out to Marvel Kid. He actually had a really good idea of using some rubber bushings to kind of like fill the gap a little bit. But for whatever reason, when I tried to do it that way, it just wasn't tightening enough. It kind of wobbled all over the place. It felt like it was just gonna kind of vibrate out of place. But thankfully, Moons actually just came out with this awesome new bracket piece here, and this is actually going to replace your mounting bit on the front of your bike there. And that's going to allow you to just straight up put in a Harley bucket that's just the standard size. Now, on top of that, I also went to Memphis Shades website and I got an extension kit for an old Street Glide, and they actually have metal bushings. This is solid metal that comes with it. So that's going to allow me, whether I use these extension plates or the one that came with their fairing in the first place, either way, we're going to be able to install it and it's going to be totally solid and secure. So let's get right into it and I'll show you guys how to install this. It should be super duper easy.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the retaining ring from your headlight. As you can see, mine is the Memphis Shades shroud that's on there. If you're using the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing, you'll probably have a similar setup. If you're just running the stock headlight, you won't have one of these, so go ahead and skip this step. But then go ahead and detach the wiring harness from the back of the headlight, because the next thing you're going to do is remove the headlight itself. Obviously, you have to get it out of the way to install the new mounting bracket from Moons. So just go ahead and loosen up those bolts. Be careful, don't drop the headlight, obviously. And then once you get it out of the way, remove the brackets themselves if you're running the extension kit already. If not, you won't need to worry about this step quite yet. After you've got the headlight out of the way, you can go ahead and remove the stock mounting bracket. It's just 2 screws under the lower triple. You'll see them really easy. They come right out. Save the stock hardware though. You'll need those to actually mount up the new mounting bracket from Moons. I like to go ahead and finger tighten everything in there first, just to make sure nothing's getting cross-threaded, and then tighten everything down just good and tight. I didn't go to like a specific torque spec, just make sure it's solid and not going anywhere. After that, I find it way easier to assemble the headlight bucket itself off the bike. Now, this is with the extension brackets that came with the Memphis Shades Road Warrior, so that it can fit flush. As you can see, I just went ahead and installed those onto the bucket off of the bike just to have more clearance to be able to do it. When you put it back on, tighten it down, but not too much. You want to be able to still have some adjustability in there so that you can move things around to get at the wiring. And of course, your next step is going to be to actually plug in the headlight itself. Now, these V2 Fly-Eyes from Moons actually have integrated turn signals in them. I went ahead and skipped this just because I actually like having the running lights on my turn signals as well, just for a little bit of extra light when I'm going down the road. But after that, put the retaining ring on. Again, you'll see it kind of has some free play in there. Keep it loose, and then when you go to reinstall the little screw to tighten it down, don't tighten it quite all the way yet. You want to make sure that your headlight is as straight as possible, and then go ahead and tighten it. I've heard of some people having some issues with these as to them just kind of sliding around while they're still, even after they tighten them down. But you can probably solve this problem with either some tape or maybe a gasket or something like that. But then it's on to the super fun job of hooking up all the wiring harnesses. Now, I have no idea why Moons decided to give us all of this extra wiring. And if you're electrical savvy, go ahead and depin it, I would imagine, and then just plug it directly into the harness. But otherwise, you're left with all this excess wiring. Now, I wasn't a super big fan of the way that this looks, so I went ahead and wrapped it up with some electrical tape. I recommend you do the same, both for a little bit of extra weather protection and then also just to make it look better. I also taped down the connectors as well to make sure that they would both stay connected and to give it a little bit more of that weather sealing as well. As you can see, it's a bit of a process, but not too bad. After you get those wires all wrapped up, you get to try to figure out where to put them. And that, to me, was kind of the biggest job. Now, I eventually found a spot for them and just zip tied them to the rest of the wiring harness there. Again, if you guys can, I'm not very good with electrical stuff, but if you can, I definitely recommend depinning those wires and trying to get rid of some of that excess wiring. But after you get it out of the way, put your fairing back on and adjust the light accordingly. Like I said, leave it loose until you're ready. And then after you have it adjusted where you want it, go ahead and tighten it down into place.
Alrighty guys, so there we go. That's what it looks like when it's all installed. I had to actually kind of adjust my fairing a little bit to actually get it to fit. It is a tight fit there, but as you can see, it fits really well. Looks nice and clean and all blacked out. I really like the look of this. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on now so you guys can see what this looks like. Ooh, and there it is. Oh my goodness. It looks so good, man. That's awesome. And the light is super bright too. Oh my God, finally my light's actually brighter than my turn signals, but I think it looks awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this made installing your Moon's headlight a little bit easier too. If it did, or you know, if there's anything about this video that you did like, drop a comment, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.
You should subscribe to me, my God. If you're gonna be an assistant, I feel like you have to subscribe. Isn't that a thing?
Doing a headlight today, as you can. This is the process. This is what happens when I don't write a script for myself. Awful, huh? Because I'm lazy. That's why. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today, why do I keep hitting the bike, turning it on? I keep turning on the bike when I keep leaning on the, yeah, all right. Anyway, going back. Try it one more time.